Welcome back to the channel, guys. New year, new me, as they always say. Today's video is a fun one, I think. I've been seeing this trend going around, and I am going to yoink and twist it myself. And that is books that I want to get to in 2025. The books that I have over here on this giant precarious stack just off screen are the books that I am hoping to get to this year and maybe more. These are not the only books that I want to read this year, but these are the ones that I'm going to prioritize because I really feel like it's important for me right now in my journey to read these. There's a couple of different ideas that I have for all of these books that are over here, and I'll get to them as I get to the book. But without further ado, let's get into it. So the first book I have is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I've only ever read Pet Sematary so far by Stephen King, and it was a fun book. I only gave it a 3, but a 3 in my book is still an enjoyable experience. I want to dive deeper into Stephen King because everybody rants and raves about him so much, and there has to be like some merit to it, right? I only gave Pet Sematary a 3 because I felt like he just kind of like ranted about things that didn't matter. I have a video already talking about it. I'm not going to get too deep into it, but I just started this book. I'm actually buddy reading it with a friend of mine. Maybe I'll do a reading vlog of it. If you guys are lucky, who knows? Along with this, I also have It by Stephen King. Dude, I need to get rid of this freaking sticker. Hold on. Okay. We finally got that sticker off. Shout out to Half Price Books. But we've got It by Stephen King here, and I feel like this is just not only one of the most popular Stephen King books of all time, but I feel like just it's an iconic book in general. The book It, the story of It, has got to be one of like the top books of all time, right? I feel like this is just one of the books that like I have to read before I die, and I'm gonna get to it this year. This is definitely a bucket list book, even though it is a freaking chunky boy. I'm gonna try to get to it. I want to dive into it, and we're gonna do it. So those are the 2 Stephen King books that I want to get to this year. The next books I'm going to do as like they're part of a series. I'm just gonna do it as one entry in this video, and that is, I don't know if you can see it. Ooh, The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I got these for Christmas, these beautiful hardcover editions, and I got this Hobbit at Half Price Books. But I got these hardcover editions, absolutely stunning, sprayed edges on all of them. I want to, as a fantasy book enthusiast, I feel like I'm doing myself an injustice by not reading the godfather of fantasy. These books inspired, whether they know it or not, fantasy today. Like, did you guys know J.R.R. Tolkien, he created orcs. Like, orcs did not exist before he created them. You don't see orcs in just books, you see them in Dungeons and Dragons, in movies, in TV. The world that he created, that he took years and years to create out of his life, it's got to be something special. And I feel like I have to get through this. I have to read Lord of the Rings. I got it, right? Next up, Brandon Sanderson's The Way of Kings. What's there to say about this, dude? Book Talk and BookTube rant, like, they're obsessed with this shit, man. I need to see what it's all about. I've just been so scared of books that are thick because I'm a slow reader, and I know this is gonna take me like 3 weeks to read, dude. I just know it's gonna take 7 ever to get through it. But I really, really want to at least start this series, and I want to get eventually I want to get through all 5 of the books in the series. I think I've got like 6 years to do it. Brandon Sanderson said the book number 6 is coming out in 6 years or something. So I got a little ways to go. So hopefully we can get to this. Now, speaking of Brandon Sanderson, now we are going into territory of book series that I need to finish and stop being a villain from a Jimmy Neutron TV show. What's that guy's name? Professor Calamitous. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Professor Calamitous, the villain that could never finish anything. But with that being said, I have read the first Mistborn book. I need to finish the series. The Well of Ascension and the Hero of Ages. I loved the first book. 5 out of 5 stars. It was absolutely incredible. The climax at the end was chef's kiss. I can only imagine where the series is going to go after the first book. Even after the series, there's 4 other books that take place in the future in the same world. How the hell does that happen? What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Another series that I would like to start going through is The Witcher. I read the first one, and this is the second one, The Sword of Destiny. I think this is the second set of short stories. I don't really think it's short stories in the first one. A lot of people said it was, but it's kind of like all tied together. This is another book, the second one that came out, written the same way in short stories, I believe. But yeah, I love the games. I love the first book. Now, if you've watched the channel at all, you know that I am a lover of Scythe. This is the second book, Thunderhead. I read Scythe like 2 years ago, and I've been so lazy with getting through the actual trilogy. I haven't even read the second book. So I think this year, yeah, I'm gonna try to get through the trilogy, and it shouldn't be too bad because it's technically YA, but it's like sci-fi dystopian. I've talked about it a bunch of times on here. I'll spare you the trouble. Next book that I would like to get to is The Martian. One, I hate this cover. I hate movie covers. Listen, comment down below if you also hate movie covers. But I loved 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is also along the same lines. Cool sci-fi story about a guy who gets stuck on Mars and has to find his way back to Earth. I've seen the movie, so I kind of know what I'm going into, but it'll be a cool experience. All right, and last but not least, this is the last series that I would like to finish and get through. Robin Hobb's, what is this, the Farseer trilogy. I got books 2 and 3 for Christmas. I very much did enjoy the first one. I did give it a 3 only because it was a little confusing at times, but after I got through the whole book, I was like, you know what? It was pretty good. I might actually give it a 4 now that I'm thinking about it on my Goodreads, because the only reason I gave it a 3 was because I'm an idiot and I got confused reading it and I didn't trust the process. But now I know to actually trust the process. But yeah. Assassin's Apprentice Farseer trilogy. I want to try to get through this. And that, my friends, is the books that I would like to prioritize in 2025. The books that I would like to read, but not limited to. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Comment down below what books you would like to prioritize this year for yourself, or your reading goals in general. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Bye!